Hi guys, just cleared this space here to plant the 2 American Paw Paws, and I just wanted to quickly show you guys what we're dealing with here. Sand, as far as the eyes can see. So we've brought in some compost and manure, but these Paw Paws, they really like a moist, wet soil, so we'll see how they go here, but not really the ideal sort of soil type for them anyway. So most of the tropicals, they like a sandy soil, but not these. So I guess we'll just see how they go, and I'll amend the hole with some compost and some manure, but yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. Alright, thanks. Okay guys, so we got them in the ground. I've mulched around it, we've put some cardboard around just to keep it clear. Now I've still got to do a bed around it. I'm going to do a raised bed around it, but I wanted to get these in the ground as quickly as possible because it's coming into winter and they're about to go to sleep, and really it's the worst time to be planting these, so I just wanted to get them in the ground as quickly as I could. So this is where our compost was, and it was just a mission in itself, clearing this space and getting them ready. So next week I will go through and build a raised bed around here and over there for them. The overlease seems to be the more vigorous out of the two. When I got these from Bag, all of the overlease were substantially larger than the Pennsylvania Golds. So the sun comes up here and goes that way over to there where it sets on that angle there. So over there and comes up over there. So the last thing I wanted was to put the bigger tree on this side, blocking all the sun from the smaller one. So I figured we'll put the big one on this side, a little one on that side. So yeah, we've built this up because the soil here is, well, it's not even soil, it's just sand. You dig down all day long and that's what you find, just sand. And the darker stuff is actually compost. This white stuff, that's all that there is. Sort of the darker stuff there, and then as you go further down it just goes wider and wider. So we built this right up, put some quality compost and that down, mixed it with the native sand. We won't call it soil, we'll call it sand. And then put these bits of cardboard and paper bags down to act as a weed barrier, and then the mulch over the top. So we'll see how these go. They do like a very wet environment, so being in the sandy soil is not really good for them, but we'll see how it goes. I'll give this a good water in, and like I said, in about a week's time we'll finish this bed here. And I'm debating on this space here, although they'll probably grow and take up the whole space. I am debating on putting, I've had my black sapote here for years in this pot, but I'm thinking about putting maybe a small tree here. I'm going to remove this roof piece here, but yeah, thinking about putting a small tree just against the hothouse here, something deciduous as well. I've planted deciduous trees all around the hothouse because the plan is that during winter these don't have any leaves on them, and during summer they do. So it means when it's hot they're protected, the hothouse has got less sun going on it, and then when it's winter, when the hothouse needs as much sun as it possibly can, all the trees don't have leaves. So I know people say don't plant trees near your hothouse and all that sort of jargon. I do know all that, but I've chosen to ignore that and I don't have enough space to not plant near my hothouse. So rather than having evergreens, I've got my 2-way apricot, my 3-way nashi pear, my 3-way pear all along here. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've got all these trees moved out of the way, but yeah, so that's the idea behind that. Eventually, when these grow larger, they will block out the sun, and it'll be less hot. Yeah, all right, well, that's it, guys. It's to give you an idea, it's 5 in the afternoon. It's 16 degrees on a Sunday, and if I open this up and have a look inside the hothouse here, which is looking beautiful in here at the moment. Now we've cleared it out. It's still not 100% how I want it to be, but if you have a look, I've now got that shelf out, and we've got everything in here for winter. So it is currently, it's 16 outside, and it's 23.4 and 91 degrees, 91 humidity, 91% humidity. So it's nice and beautiful in here. That's the heaven lotus. A lot of these don't need to be in here. They're in here just for accelerated growth. I brought this in early because I nearly lost this last year, and I have had it out through winter in the past, but I don't really want to risk it this time. This is a red Atamoya, very rare here in Australia. I think it's called, I believe, red Geffner. So I've got my mangoes along here, a cha-cha, Black Beauty, Suriname cherry. I've got all my abiyus and blackberry jams and miracle berries, wax jambus, soursops. It's all over here. Everything's doing well. Everything's doing beautiful. This is the Che tree that Paul kindly gifted me. Thank you, Paul, once again. I've airlaid it, and I'm going to do a video on that. And because these things, it just wants to just grow and grow and grow. I mean, this is taller than me. It's actually higher than I am. So the idea is prune it back so that it creates some scaffold branches. But I didn't want to, being so rare, I didn't want to just cut the top off of it and then throw it away. I thought that was a bit wasteful for such a rare tree, so I've airlaid it. And that being said, oh, we got a black Madeira. It's almost ready. It's not splitting too. The last bunch have been splitting. It's not soft yet, but it's starting to colour up. Nice. I've airlaid this branch down here, which is a baby tree in itself. It had fruit on it, but I cut it off. So this is actually, I've airlaid this for Paul. So I know I can just do a cutting, but being so rare, I'd rather just, while the tree's still awake, I just did an air layer, so then I'll just cut that off. It's in my way anyway. And then Paul can have that little baby tree that's already fruited, which will be pretty cool. Lucuma's doing well. Green sapote's doing well. The other wax jambu's doing well. Another abiyu. This is the Z4, I think. Got the E4 over here and the Z4 over there. So that's the E4, I think, from memory. Yep. Muck Richmond with a fruitlet on it, or a flower starting to form. Everything's doing really, really well in here. I'm starting to develop a bit of a moist brow. It's quite warm in here, quite humid. So I think I'm gonna end it there. I did do a video which I haven't posted yet, where I took off all bar two of the two biggest fruits on my canister. I was a bit fearful this close to winter about it putting all its energy into growing fruit rather than surviving, even though it was pushing on all this new growth here after fruiting. I just didn't want to take the risk, so I pulled all of it off bar two. That's enough to get a taste, and then next season we'll see how we go. Sapodilla fruit's holding in there too. It's actually starting to try and flower again, but I'm not going to let it. But they're growing bigger. I think I'm gonna let 3 stay and the rest can go. There's another one there. So yeah, I don't know where the third one is. It's around somewhere, but there's 3 fruits I'm gonna leave on. There is some smaller ones down on this branches down here, but I'll remove those. Yeah, I might leave 3, I don't know, maybe 2. But yeah, so that's a sapodilla. Everything's doing really well. Relinia's loving it. Hopefully I can get this one to survive. I overwatered the last one over winter, killed it. So hopefully this one survives. Gefner, the white Gefner's starting to put on a bit of growth, which is great. Everything's doing really, really well. The grafted star apple doing really, really well. Seedling star apple, just absolutely loving life. These things are just so beautiful, guys. Look at it. It's hard to sort of pick up the metallic shimmer that you get from these. Yeah, so that kind of shows it. But they're just so metallic. Golden with a red tinge. Beautiful, beautiful trees. Absolutely love them. So ornamental. And they really don't like our climate, but doesn't mind it in here. I've had this thing since it was a tiny, tiny little baby, and it's surviving. So it can be done. Yeah, I mean I could ramble on all day long, but that'll do it today, guys. But happy we got the 2 Paw Paws finally in the ground. We've got in here cleaned up for winter. The fig, Black Madeira fig, that's going to go out. And I've got a couple other trees to come in here, but that's about it. We're pretty much at capacity in here for winter, pretty close. The rest of the stuff will go in frost cloths outside. So still got a nice walking space. I could probably leave the Black Madeira in here, but it's getting, I'd have to heavily prune it back. But I could. We'll see how it goes, see how many more things I'm going to bring in, but very close to capacity in here. This had started to suffer a bit already. So I should have got this in a bit earlier. I really don't know how this is going to go through winter, guys. The Heaven Lotus. Very, very cold sensitive. But time will tell. We'll see. Yeah, so 23 degrees, 91% humidity. I could almost wipe the sweat off my brow. It's very humid in here. Yeah. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye for now. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.